Hi everyone. Now in this video we are going to see about the capacity and location planning module. In that topic we are going to see is the defining and measuring capacity. What is the capacity and how to measure the capacity. So earlier video we have seen what is a capacity of an industry. So capacity means it's a how what is the ability to produce a component. Okay, so how much, what is the rate of production we can say. So in a facility, if it is running continuously, we will have it as a design capacity. And if you say that it will, if you consider the working hours, only the working hours, then it is a system capacity. And if companies are finally, what we are getting is the actual capacity. Okay, whether the losses or any absenteeism of accidents, everything after the completion of this period, if you get the capacity is the actual capacity, right? So normally why capacity is needed is, as we said, it's for future demand, for calculating how much we can produce in next week, to make schedules and all, right? So for that capacity, now we have to measure the capacity. There are how we have to measure the capacity. And capacity may depends upon different criteria. That is, only the thing is, capacity is not common for all business. Capacity is output, we say, output of a facility. So the number of components can be produced per period. Okay, it is in terms of industrial products only we can say it's a capacity. Apart from that, in business, there are so many business areas are there. They are not, we cannot say it's a capacity is only the number of production. It's depends upon different situations or different business uh, functions. Okay, so some business functions, or we will consider the inputs as a measuring capacity. And for some business, we will consider as the output for the business, output for the capacity planning. Normally, if you take a car manufacturing, in this example, we will say a car manufacturing plant. A car manufacturing plant input measures capacity. If you take number of labor hours, okay, the output measure of the capacity is how many cars it can be produced in a shift, right? So that in the terms of manufacturing areas, we will see. Suppose in case of hospital, okay, there we are not going to produce anything, but we are servicing for everything. So there we the inputs, what are the input is the number of available beds. Okay, and how many patients or taken care by the hospital as a patients per month, how many parents visited or cured by the doctor, like that. That is the output of a capacity, right? So how much people will come for the treatment. So that is the output measure of this capacity in the hospital. And how many pizzas can be delivered per day, that is output of a pizza parlor, right? Like that, different organization will have different measures for their capacity, right? So capacity measurement, normally we will say it's a rated capacity. Okay, in industries, suppose some two or three machines are there, and machines are running per day 6 hours or 8 hours or 12 hours. Okay, a shift may be considered like that. And how many machines, in there are even 10 machines are there in industry, only 5 machines may be utilized. Okay, 50 percentage of machines may be utilized effectively. Remaining 50 maybe it is kept idle. Like that, some situation may come. So that time, so what is the percentage of utilization of the machines? And some machines can effectively working 100% effectively, it will work. Some measurements maybe it's not working perfectly because of their, it's maybe getting old and their performance may be little less. So that time we have to calculate the measurement with the help of a formula: number of machines and a number of manual hours or machine hours, and what is the percentage of utilization of that machine, and what is the system efficiency. So this is the calculation part, how to measure a capacity in an industry. if there are number of machines. For example, we will say one problem, right? In this problem, it's given as a production unit operates 6 days per week. Okay, 6 days per week, so Sunday we can consider as a holiday, and one per day there are two shifts. Okay, it's working on a two shifts basis, and per shift it is working 8 hours only. It's not 12 hours or 10 hours. So shift is decided with the help of shift hours, or 8 hours per day per shift it is there. And it has four machines. The companies have four machines with the same capability, and it utilizes 75 percentage of the time at a system efficiency of 90 percentage. So everything is given as we seen in the problem statement. So what, how many number of machines and number of shifts, the data we have to, we can see it works two shifts per day and per shift 8 hours. So working days per week is 6 hours. So continue, we will calculate the total number of availability of hours first. So availability of hours and number of machines, and what is the percentage of utilization and the efficiency. If we calculate all the things, we will get the solution. You can see the rated capacity is equal to number of machines and machine hours and percentage of utilization and system efficiency. As we have 8 hours per day and 6 days and two shifts, so we will get this machine hours and the percentage of utilization. We will get totally 259 hours per week. So this machine is the plant is working 4 hours, 4 machines are there, and the efficiency and the calculation along with it, we will have 259 standard hours per week. This is the capacity measurement. Okay, so and the thing is, what are the strategies to be followed? Sometimes capacity may be it can maybe more than the demand required, or sometimes it may be less than the demand required. So if capacity is what we are planning is more than what we have to do, or if the capacity according to the demand comparison, if the capacity what we are calculating is less than what we have to do, this is very important in an industry, right? So if what are the strategies to be followed? Normally, if the capacity is surplus, that means if you can produce more number of components within the particular time, then what you have to do is only you have to produce according to the demand required. We should not produce more, even if you are able to produce more, but we have to maintain the level that we have to produce only according to the demand. Otherwise, we will be under loss. Okay, and the if you produced more, then what we have to give is we can give discounts or offers, and we can sell the products already whatever we produce. So by giving discounts or offers, we can do it. And suppose if the capacity is less when compared to the demand, okay, then what we can do? We can go for storing the inventory according to the demand. Okay, whenever there is capacity is less, normally you have to already prepare and you store it properly, then you can submit when the demand comes, you can supply. And if the customers are more and they are ordering, but your capacity is less, you are unable to produce more, then you have to make the customer a list, a queue up, and then one by one we can deliver, who the first come first service based, or the importance. So you make a schedule properly and you have to give it. And sometimes the hire and fire method we will use, that is, we can take people whenever the demand is more, we can hire the people, and if the demand is less, and we can remove the people, so that we can maintain that your capacity level and your production level. So your work utilization, employee rotation, and process design, that is, we have to plan for the ideal. Okay, when the capacity is, when the future demand is more and your capacity is less, then obviously we can set some machines to be work more, that is shift basis, increase the one shift, so that we can, if the demand is more and if you're having a capacity less, then one shift increase it, or you do more work. Okay, you need to do overtime work. And if the capacity is okay but demand is less, means then you have to reduce or keep your machines idle. Okay, sometimes it's needed. And sometimes we go for subcontracting. So subcontracting, that is giving some works to the nearby companies. We will get the ancillary units, and from there we can get the work. The same the raw materials we are supplying to the ancillary units, and the work will be done by other companies. Then you will get it. That is outsourcing or subcontracting work we can do. And analyze the work method, how we are doing, try to change the analyze the work method, so that we will make easier way, or we can reduce the cycle time, and we will do it. So this is the capacity plan, capacity measure, and what we have to do if there is a capacity difference with the demand. This is the strategies to be followed. Okay, in this video we have seen this strategies and the capacity measurements. Okay, right.